Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about vomiting. So vomiting happens due to different causes and in different ages. So first we'll discuss about newborn infants less than 3 months. They spit up milk. This is normal GER. This contains low volume and is non-projectile. It is milk colored and it's healthy. It goes on its own. So we can avoid it by keeping the baby in upright position. We can help him burp frequently. We can avoid active play after feeds. So vomiting can be pathologically linked if there is high volume of vomit, it is projectile in motion, it is green or yellow in color and is associated with signs of illness like fever. So pathological vomiting is caused due to obstruction of GI tract. It includes bilious vomit and is due to intestinal malrotation. Symptoms include abdominal distension, bloody diarrhea, and infarction or sepsis. The diagnosis is done through ultrasound and X-ray or the GI contrast series. The management of vomiting includes discontinuing the feedings, nasogastric tube decompressions, antibiotics like vancomycin is given, or fourth generation drugs like cephalosporins can also be given, or an emergency procedure like LAD is carried out. So now we'll talk about intestinal atresia. There are two types of intestinal atresia, duodenal atresia and non-duodenal atresia. In duodenal atresia, there is failed recanalization associated or it may be associated with Down syndrome. In non-duodenal atresia, there is decreased blood flow to the gut and is associated with jejunum, ileum or colon. The signs can appear much before the birth as well. The fetus may be polyhydramnios. It can be diagnosed with ultrasound or in later stages X-ray in upright position is done. For duodenal atresia, we'll see two loops, while in jejunal atresia, there could be three loops. As the obstruction distance increases, the loops of air fluid also increase. The treatment includes surgical removal of the affected region. This could be duodenostomy. In case of non-bilious vomiting, there is obstruction in the higher junction with the bile duct. The hypotropic pyloric stenosis. This is a congenital condition which includes obstruction of pyloric valve. The symptoms can be seen after 2 to 6 weeks, includes projectile vomiting, and it can become intense with time. There is an olive-shaped mass in the epigastrium. Peristaltic waves of stomach can be seen and succession splash. Sounds of succession splash may be audible. So the definitive diagnosis is done through ultrasound and upper GI series or CT scan can be done. The lab work shows lower level of potassium. The management includes rehydration and pyloromyotomy. So now we'll talk about infants greater than 3 months or in children. The four main causes of vomiting could be gastroenteritis, intussusception, gastroparesis, and cyclic vomiting can be also seen. In gastroenteritis, which is the most common, the causes could be virus or bacteria or parasites. In case of virus like rotavirus or norovirus, the vomiting could be sudden or quick. In case of bacteria, it is prolonged and severe. In case of parasite, it's less common. The causes could be ill contacts or improper food or sanitization, and a patient may have a travel history. The diagnosis is done through stool culture. The treatment includes oral rehydration and IV fluids. If there is no improvement, go to the hospital. Antibiotics are not given unless the pathogen is isolated, in which case oral azithromycin can be given. If a patient is not able to take oral medication, IV ceftriaxone daily 5 days can be given. Now we'll talk about intussusception. This includes bowel obstruction, which has a compromised blood supply. Symptoms are nausea, bilious vomiting, red jelly stool, which include blood and mucus both in the stool, There is acute abdominal pain, sepsis, along with fever. The diagnosis is again done through ultrasound and X-ray. The treatment includes barium, water-soluble contrast enema, surgical reduction or resection. Gastroparesis. This is delayed gastric emptying. There is no mechanical obstruction. This could be idiopathic or associated with diabetes, hypothyroidism, viral disorders of skeletal muscle, or iatrogenic, which includes vagal nerve or opioids, antidepressant or anticholinergics. To rule out the mechanical obstruction, we do upper endoscopy and CT or MRI can be done. The lab work includes plasma glucose, TSH, diabetes, myopathic or neuropathic causes. Then scintigraphic gastric emptying test is done to confirm the diagnosis. The treatment includes dietary modification where we recommend lower fat diet, which may include oat. Medication could be metoclopridone, domperidone or erythromycin. In case of cyclic vomiting, which is irregular or happens after few weeks, this could be idiopathic, begins early in the morning. Symptoms include lethargy, migraines, anorexia, food allergies, or cannabis use can also be included. The diagnosis, this is a diagnosis of exclusion. We can give sedatives like losartan and IV fluids. The other things associated with vomiting could be appendicitis and dyspepsia. Thank you.